Start your engines here, Scorpio. All right. You have been in this resting period for a while, but I see you're coming out of it now. And I know this because you have this hermit energy as your overall energy here. So you've been in this reclusive period, Scorpio. You needed to take a step back, and on some level, I suppose you needed to do some damage control in your life, the tower and the reverse. So there's stuff that was starting to burst at the seams here, and I'm willing to bet, Scorpio, for a lot of you, what was starting to burst at the seams here that you needed to save was quite literally yourself here, Scorpio. All right. You might have specific goals in mind right now with this Queen of Pentacles, Scorpio, where you're just like, hey, like if there's certain accolades I want to meet, I want to reach a certain level of financial success. There's certain things that you want, Scorpio. Because you want it so bad, you have been really grinding for a long period of time. Like, I don't feel as if this tower moment in the reverse happened overnight. This started coming in here because you were trying to get from point A to point B, Scorpio. So you, if anything, you are showcasing like how hard you have been hustling up until a certain point to where you needed to just listen to your body, listen to your spiritual team. You're just like, whoa, I need to pause. I need to take a step back. And I like what it is that you're doing here, because in this hermit energy, well, yes, you might be a little bit hard on yourself right now, Scorpio, because there's just so much you want to get done. I even see this sense here with this Ace of Wands of a lot of new inspiration coming in your life here. All right. There's a lot of good stuff coming in, but it was essential for you to have this pause, Scorpio, for you to listen to your intuition and to save yourself. You needed to take a breather before you continue going forward. And now that you have taken this breather, you have this Ace of Wands that's going to start guiding you on what to be doing next. I even get this sense for you, Scorpio, where it's not so much that you're coming in, like once you start hustling again, Scorpio, it's not as if you're shifting your focus on like what it is that you want to do, what it is you want to claim, but it's more so for you, you just needed to fill up your cup. You needed to stop running on fumes, Scorpio. And now that you are no longer running on fumes, I like the direction that you're going. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about for you, Scorpio, is this Emperor card in the reverse. All right, there is this message here of where a little bit of internal self-doubt, Scorpio, when it comes to a situation of where you need to be an authority. When it comes to your social life, maybe there's someone in your life right now that just isn't respecting you in the way that you need to be respected. And then as that Emperor in the reverse, there's this sense of where you feel disempowered, as if you're unable to speak on the situation, but at the same time, you know that something needs to be done. Even when it comes to your career, Scorpio, there's this Emperor energy that you need to exude. And you may have even thought that this hermit period where you took a step back and to avoid burnout, to avoid going mentally insane, Scorpio, you might have thought you were going to come out of this hermiting phase with a better relationship with yourself as that Emperor. But I think you're having a better understanding now, Scorpio, of it wasn't a sense of something that you needed to internally heal to be this Emperor. It's almost as if like you just needed a chance. You needed to create an environment of where an opportunity is presented in front of you so that you could show the world of how you really are, Scorpio. It's almost the sense of where it's like maybe you've always been told that you should have a podcast, you know, YouTuber darling, right? I feel like there's something that you've always been told, right? And even in your head, you're just like, oh yeah, if I were to have like a podcast, like I would love to do that. There's like the sense of where you would love to do something, but it's almost this message of where you have been unable to go forward and do it because you've been looking for a little bit more outside validation to let you know that it's okay to be the Emperor and the upright, to speak from a place of authority. And it is, Scorpio. I think this is one of those times where you kind of just need to like snap out of it a little bit, Scorpio, and have an honest conversation with yourself. I feel like you've been a little bit too patient, Scorpio, in regards to that Queen of Pentacles, the things that you want out of life here, right? You've been too patient, maybe not in the sense, Scorpio, where you're like, oh, it's okay, like I can have abundance, you know, two years down the road, it's fine. I don't think it's from that place. It's more of a place of you are way too impatient towards getting to abundance, because the path of getting to abundance means you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, Scorpio, why you are so shy about using your voice or going outside or what have you. What is suppressing that Emperor? So before I continue on, Scorpio, let me introduce myself real quick. Howdy, darling. My name is SimplyVelca, Scorpio, and I've been reading tarot cards for over 12 years. What makes my tarot readings a little bit different from others as well? Yes, I'll talk about the good things that you're manifesting, Scorpio. I also like to provide how you go from point A to point B, because what is the point in hearing about the good stuff if you don't know how to get there? And so I like to have people leave my tarot readings, or those that watch my tarot readings, to leave with a sense of clarity and direction. I'm here for your breakthrough, Scorpio. I'm not here to just tell you a bunch of fluff, right? So if I sound like the type of tarot reader for you, let's just keep on going here, all right? You have this Hermit card, Scorpio, all right? And so I'm going to be very honest here, and I'm going to be honest because I feel like you need to own the fact, Scorpio, of where you're going to consistently catch yourself into this place of where you feel like you're going to need to become a hermit again until you have the conversation with yourself that you've been avoiding. I feel what makes you, it's almost as if, Scorpio, you identify as like an introvert, but it's not necessarily that you're an introvert. It's not necessarily that you're an overtly patient person or what have you. It's more along the lines of where I just feel like you're waiting for like the perfect environment, the perfect storm before you go out and do something. You're looking for the validation from the outside world when you should be using the outside world as a confirmation for what you already are feeling internally. When I started posting videos on YouTube, I didn't come into YouTube with this place of where it's just like, oh, I hope I'm worthy of someone watching. It's like, no, I'm recording videos because I feel like there might be value in somebody, and it's okay to admit that, Scorpio, all right? No one's going to come striking you down because you want to be that Emperor, all right? And the moment you accept that, Scorpio, you're going to see a lot of new energy come into your life here. Page of Cups and that Ace of Pentacles. All right. New opportunities presenting itself to you to get to exactly what it is that you want to have in your life. Whether it's some type of social life, relationship coming in here for you, romantic or platonic, whether this is quite literally like a financial goal of yours, Scorpio, with that Ace and Queen of Pentacles. It's very possible for you to get it. And you don't need to get comfortable with this idea of accepting that it might be 5 years down the road. No, darling, I'm not going to say it's going to happen tomorrow, but you get what I mean. Was like, it can happen tomorrow. You just got to make this switch and being like, you know what? I'm an Emperor. And if you don't believe that I'm an Emperor, screw off. All right. And so I see new people coming into your life as well, because I'm noticing a lot of new energy here. But I want to more so, Scorpio, put you into this place of where High Priest, with this High Priestess, it's almost as if your spiritual team wants you to lay low when it comes to social relationships in your life. Not to say as if like this is a time for you to not talk to people, right? I know in this entire tarot reading, I've been talking about you getting out of a hermit phase, and then I'm kind of telling you to be a hermit. But it's this message, Scorpio, that I'm getting of where it's important for you to build a better relationship with your intuition before you go out inviting people into your space again. That's what I get. It's almost as if like there's stuff that you need to build with your intuition. There's this relationship with yourself that you need to build better with before you go into new relationships in your life. All right. You have this Ace of Swords. How you get a better relationship with your intuition is more so just taking action with what's already going on internally for you, Scorpio. With that Ace of Swords here, it kind of shares this similar message, Scorpio, with that Emperor, of where the Emperor is an authority. And then when they wield the Ace of Swords, they're an authority and not afraid of taking action on their ideas. All right. And I feel as if that's the message you need to hear, Scorpio, where it's like, You need to not be afraid of taking action on what it is that you want to do. Get out of this mindset of where you think something would be cringe if you were to do it, or you're too shy. What if someone that you know sees what it is you do? Girl, who cares? It doesn't matter what it is that they see or don't see, or what they feel or don't feel, because the energy that you're putting in, you're not doing what it is that you're doing right now as that Emperor and that Ace of Swords to have better, to like work on your current relationships, to work on your current situation. You're doing what it is that you're doing in the future to bring forth new energy. All right, you want the opportunities as of an emperor, not to have opportunities as the knight, right, Scorpio? And so finally, once again, this Temperance card, this is more of like a call to action for you, Scorpio, in the sense of the sooner you accept the fact that you have a voice, you have a mind that's worth hearing, a mind that's worth being listened to, you know, a perspective that's worth sharing here, that's when you're going to find the opportunities here, Scorpio. There's this message where, again, like, I think you've been way too patient with it when it comes to your life of like when you'll get to certain things. Like, no, you can get to it now. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions, perfect weather before you do something. You can do it now, and you'll be so happy that you took the action to do it now, because in the future, by you trusting that intuition there on some idea that you are sitting on. But again, it's like the reason why I know you need to work on your intuition a little bit, or the relationship with your intuition, Scorpio, is because you're not trusting it enough, in the sense of where you'll trust your intuition enough to take action in regards to something. So once you start taking action and are start being a living representation with what's already going on internally, what it is that you're feeling, then that's when you start manifesting the life for yourself of a fully developed being. You know, you might have desires of the physical world, all right? But what separates a average person from a spiritually aware person is that the spiritually aware person uses all the tools in the toolbox to get to what it is that they want to accomplish, all right? And the spiritual person gets to their destination much quicker because they have a better understanding, a better perspective on this world, and knowing that it's not that serious, and to really view this life as a video game rather than everyone kind of seeing living in this world right now as some type of jail sentence. I personally don't align with that, Scorpio. But anyways, this is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you, darling. Hopefully something in here resonated. If it did, you can book a tarot reading with me on my website, linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, and I'll talk to you later, Scorpio. Bye, darling.